All righty. I see Assistant Chief Washington.
Yeah, I'm here. How's everybody
Oh,
this evening?
we're doing great. You're up.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to ask if anybody have any questions for the fire department this evening.
Assistant Chief, can you talk about any preparations you're making for this winter storm that is upon us?
Oh, of course. I just got home, so dealing with that. So yeah, we what we're doing is we're since it's been declared a state of an emergency, we've had staff come in this evening. We have extra staff coming in at 8 o'clock this evening, and staff that's going to hold over tomorrow morning, just so we ensure that we have the proper personnel needed uh, for any type of event that may occur tomorrow, or late tonight or early tomorrow. Um, so we've upstaffed all our engines, so we should have four personnel to each engines. We should have four battalion chiefs on staff this evening, as well as two two EMS captains this evening. We've fueled up all our engines. We've made sure all our equipment is squared away. Um, we've put out a directive to our staff regarding any kind of winter emergencies and what needs to be done. So that's pretty much it. Any other questions? Hello?
Chief, Chief, this is Harvey Davis, and
Hey.
I don't know how related it is to this situation, but I can recall quite some time ago, and perhaps even before we incorporated, they talked about evacuation routes,
Yes.
because we have a limited number of arterial roads and the like, and I don't know if anything came of that effort or if that's the kind of thing that you would publish, but that was just my question. Because a lot of us have been out here a long time and we
Hmm.
know all of the back roads
Yes.
and we'll zip down this street because that one's blocked. But
Right.
I don't think a lot of residents do know the back ways, uh, for what it's worth.
Well, so you're saying in the event that there needs to be a mass evacuation?
Correct. Like if Cascade Road was shut down between Danforth and the city line,
um,
that type of thing.
okay, and that would be a question for, well, not only myself, but we would have to have um, public works involved, because they sand the roads, and so we would have to get with them to see what roads have been sanded, what roads are safe. So it would be like a joint effort. That wouldn't be just a decision the fire department would make. It would have to be a joint. It had to be something we'd have to get out to the community.
I understand. Thank you.
Hmm. Do we have any other questions?
There was Derek Rogers had his hand up. Is
Okay.
that Officer Rogers?
Hi, happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, I am here. So whenever the assistant chief is done, I'm ready to chime in.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Are there any other questions for Chief Washington?
Let me pose this question. I don't think you can necessarily answer it now. Last week we had a structure fire in Versailles subdivision near the intersection of Versailles and Martinique Court. Um,
Okay.
Chief Chief Jones told me that it was they believe they were still investigating it or not. It was kind of odd for it to be in a structure in the backyard as opposed to in the house itself, but
Hmm.
I would just be interested to see what if any findings there were about the cause.
I believe they're still investigating that, and if and let me know if I'm wrong, but is that the fire where the shed was on fire in the back of the house?
Yes, yes.
Yes, they're still investigating that, and I haven't been privy to what the investigation has found so far.
Right.
But I
Get it.
do know that I spoke with the battalion chief over in community risk reduction, and they have kind of begun finalizing the investigation, but he hasn't given me any particular details
Gotcha.
on how that fire.
Gotcha. Because usually when I see your trucks, I figure it's a medical emergency, which,
It,
as I understand it, is the vast number of calls, the majority of the calls that you get. But
yeah,
in any
probably
event,
about 93% of our calls are EMS related.
gotcha.
Very small
Gotcha.
fire.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Does
Any
anybody have
other? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
questions?
All righty. Well, thank you, Chief Washington, for joining us.
No problem.
And I hope you don't have too busy of a day tomorrow.
Well, we hope not, but we're prepared.
Yeah, I'm sure. All righty. Officer Rogers, you're up.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Again, happy 2025. It's good to see all of you all. And Miss Debbie, you just jinxed us by making that comment. So now that means we're going to be super busy tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
Well, just let me first start off by we know the cold season is here, so I'll just have to remind everyone, if you are warming your vehicle in the morning, please do not leave it unattended. Please remain inside of your vehicle while the vehicle is warming. During this season, we know we typically have those individuals that still warm their vehicles, and sometimes they come back out and those vehicles are gone. So just be mindful of that. We've already talked about this approach in weather. Please, if at all possible, just limit your travel tomorrow. Stay off the roads and only travel these roads if there is an emergency situation that should arise. We are prepared for this storm. We've already started our preparation earlier this morning. We have staging areas that we will be staged at around the city tomorrow. Vehicles will be equipped with the chains if necessary, so that we are able to conduct business and proceed to calls for service as needed. And we're here to keep everyone safe, as that is our mission day in and day out. For the beginning of this year, coming in with the stats for your particular district and the Sandtown area, they look very good. We're starting in the right direction because we're starting a downward trend. So let's just hope that we keep that up and continue to doing the good work that we're doing. Currently, we have 9 officers that are in field training, and they should be hitting the street within the next 6 to 8 weeks. So that will give us more manpower. We're still working toward our goal as the chief would want to have 250 or more, and we are steadily chunking away and getting closer to that number. We, as always, we definitely appreciate the support from the community, and we're here for you. And if there are any questions for me, I will take those questions at this time and answer them the best that I can.
This is Councilwoman Gomes. Can you share about the Slow Your Roll campaign with the residents that are on the phone? Any updates, any stats?
I'm sorry, which one is that, Councilwoman?
The Slow Your Roll campaign?
Okay, so the slow your roll campaign, I don't have any updates on that at this time. I know that was I know there's been an email sent out with regards to getting a response for that.
Okay.
And I will have to check over with Lieutenant Harper and his team, because they're the ones that are spearheading that particular campaign.
Okay.
I know the first one was a successful one in the Eden Road area. But if you allow me at least until Monday or Tuesday, I will make sure that I get that update for you to which you can share with your constituents.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
Well, thank you, Officer Rogers, for attending. And again, I do hope you don't have a whole lot going on tomorrow.
It is always my pleasure.
Absolutely. Absolutely glad to have you. Well, Councilman Rowell and Councilman Gums, you two can give your updates.
Thank you. First of all, Happy New Year. Glad to see everybody here today. Couple quick updates. We have coming up the joint D1, D2 town hall with Commissioner Arrington. And the topic of that is bringing sanitary sewer to legacy communities. So it's in keeping what we just talked about on the call. Still, many of our neighborhoods are on septic and want to be on sewer. So we will be walking them through the process of how to get sewer extended to their communities. I've just put in the chat the flyer for the town hall. You'll see information about registration coming out in our newsletter on Monday, my newsletter on Monday about this upcoming event. If this is something you're interested in, please join us. In addition, we'll be bringing back our senior sweetheart ball day party. That's probably one of the hottest tickets in the city every year. So I'm going to encourage you, as soon as you see the information, you need to go ahead and register because those tickets go very fast. In addition, in keeping with the fact that we know we have a winter storm upon us, I put in the chat the Falcons Footing Alert community notification. We do work with Fulton County and they send out alerts. We're going to encourage you to go ahead and register and take advantage of that because it keeps you updated when emergencies arise if you live in Fulton County. And last but not least, I included information in my last email. The development of South Fulton Downtown Development Authority approved a $9.7 million investment in the Hutch Development Project. I don't know if you all recall, I think we approved it probably before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's been tied up with various reviews at the state level, ARC, GDOT. And based on the changes that will be required from GDOT to the road, the Development Authority is going to help cover those, which should address some of the traffic challenges we have between Wallace Road and Camp Creek. We have a number of accidents there. GDOT has come back with a solution that it would be a roundabout. And so it looks like that project will be moving forward because that was one of the conditions that we had to address the traffic in that area before it could proceed. So stay tuned. Also a part of their approval, the Development Authority is calling for a community benefits agreement. I don't know what that will entail. That is being worked through the Development Authority, but I will keep you posted. I understand they were here at the December meeting, which was also, I had some kind of conflict. I rarely miss a Sandtown meeting, but I've asked that, at some point in the future that they, but they just keep us updated as things move along.
Okay.
I can't say yet, but I'm excited that I think I'm gonna be able to announce real soon some new commercial coming to the area. Stay tuned. That concludes my report.
Oh, she's gonna leave everybody on edge.
Yeah, we gotta build up some suspense. I'll give a little hint.
Okay, we need a hint.
One would be a financial institution and the other possibly medical.
Definitely need it. Definitely need it.
Yes.
Okay.
We need both.
We need both. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Well, I guess I can go ahead and get started. Happy New Year, and thank you all for having me in District 2, and we are well on our way. We just got back from a retreat, all of the council, so we are focused on the goals of trying to take the city and moving it forward. As many of you are aware, of course, we have this big winter storm that's coming, and Councilwoman Rao has mentioned mostly a lot. Of course, the city has decided is they will be closed tomorrow. And then also too, we have listed some warming stations just in case at Welcome All Park and then also at Burdette. So if you know someone that is in need and possibly need to find some shelter, those facilities are open and dates and times are available as well. Um, Also, too, just for everyone's awareness, residential trash has been suspended on tomorrow as well. So those who are scheduled for trash pickup for tomorrow, you will not have your trash picked up, just in case. Also, too, want to let you know we are having a meet and greet with our newest Georgia House of Representative, Mr. Dawson. The meet and greet will be held at Cliftondale Community Park. The reception will be at 7 p.m. So if you are interested in coming out and meeting your representative, which I do encourage a lot of people to do, please come out as well. The city will be also having their ribbon cutting for the renovations that have taken place at the new city hall. We're calling it the new city hall. We have a very nice council chambers. So we are asking people to actually come out and celebrate with us. And that is actually on Monday, January 13th at 3 p.m. So we will be cutting the ribbon for the new city hall. So we hope that a lot of our community members will join us. And also, too, I want to mention about the comprehensive development plan. This is a way that we can actually get a lot of our residents again involved in the process of planning and understanding what we are trying to build here in the city. We have a kickoff phase 1, which is our vision and goal setting, and that will happen on Wednesday, January 15th at the Planning Commission meeting. So you will learn more. And then also, too, we will have an additional meeting, which will be at our last council meeting on January the 28th at 6 p.m. So I do encourage residents to come out and get more information about what we are trying to do in reference to learning more about the comprehensive development plan. Lastly, well, two more things. Welcome All Park Natatorium will be open for full access to residents. Of course, you know, we have renovated the pool, and that will be the indoor pool that will be on January the 17th. It will have full access to residents. I know there was a few things that were being pushed out on social media about not having access, but access will be granted to all residents on January 17th. There's a great business that's opening on this coming Friday, well, not this coming Friday, next Friday, January the 17th. There will be a ribbon cutting at 1 o'clock. This will be the Big Peach Running, what is it, running company. This is also two residents that are a part of our community, and they have been excited about this grand opening. So hopefully you all will come out and celebrate with them and welcome them to the community. They are also doing on that Saturday, the 18th, a Move Together group run. I'm not a runner, but I will walk. But that is at 8 a.m. and that is early in the morning, and it'll be free. But all runners and walkers are welcome. So that's again another way that they are trying to galvanize the community. They will have food and prizes and giveaways. I actually saw a post where they've been providing sneakers to some of the airport workers as well. So they are really trying to give back to our community. And I think that is about all that I can talk about. and not make you all fall asleep. But we got a lot of great things that are happening in the city. I continue to ask people to stay engaged, and then also to make sure you go and work out in Sandtown Park, use our facilities, and all that good jazz. And that's all I have. And I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful new year.
Well, thank you so much to both of you. Great stuff happening. Looking forward to 2025. It looks like Miss Warren has joined us.
Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
We
we
can.
can.
Okay, thank you guys. Please forgive me. I had to make a important visit, but I'm here. Happy New Year to everyone. Right now on the school board, we are getting ready to next Tuesday is our work session. We are looking at, there have been some new legislation around funding, and so we're going to have some public hearings around one of them. I don't have the actual bill in front of me, but it's going to be live streamed, and basically it's how we pay for schools and the cap that is now on there. And so because there's new legislation, we have to figure out how we're going to do it, and we just want to be as transparent as possible. So we're going to have a hearing on it. It doesn't affect your taxes right now, but we're trying to figure out how we just how we operate with these changes, this new bill. And if anybody emails me, I can give them the public notice. It's been on our website, and it's also on our social media pages. In addition to that, we are gearing up we are still working through our budget. We, as you know, some of the districts in the metro area, you're hearing of big deficits. We don't have that. We do zero-based budgeting every year, where we make every department go through and tell us what they need. One of the things that we are really trying to be mindful of since the COVID funding is over is making sure that we're not overspending and looking and seeing, where we can cut corners. Not cut corners, but be more efficient in our spending. One of the things that we've been really looking at is, how we staff schools. Right now, every elementary school has a librarian and has a paraprofessional. We have taken that paraprofessional position out so that we can have more counselors at the middle and high schools. Our data is telling us that a lot of our kids are needing additional help with not only social emotional things, but scheduling and just the role of a counselor. So we're just having to go through our budget and make adjustments. One of the things I really wanted to talk about tonight is, I know many of us are, still reeling from the loss of Mr. Tatum. And I just wanted to speak a little bit about, just an advocate of what he was for our schools and all of the things that he did. One of the things that, that keeps in mind is you guys are thinking about this school year and thinking about getting involved in schools, please, please, please get your background check and come and volunteer in our schools. We have so many needs, and the kids really, really like to see adults. And so it's really important for us to, just be that example and to get into schools. Westlake High School is still doing really, really well. One of the things, Westlake, Sandtown, and A. Philip Randolph, one of the things that they are working on now at Westlake is they are gearing into their basketball season. It's about a month and it'll be over, going into track. They have a lot of international trips planned. I think they're going to South Africa this summer or maybe the next summer, but I know they're actively planning for it. But we're just really trying to get into the new year. Tomorrow is a snow day. So students will not be at school. They do have devices if they are in 9-12 for them to work on their work, and the elementary, if they have work to do, they have packets. So not a lot going on right now, but after next Tuesday, after we have this public hearing, there'll be a lot more to talk about. This doesn't affect the Westlake community, but we are also having the conversation about closing an elementary school in Sandy Springs and an elementary school in East Point. And so that will also happen on Tuesday. Any questions and or concerns? If there's not any, as we go into this new year, please make sure if you're a parent, sign into Infinite Campus, look at your child's classes, stay on top of those grades. Graduation is in 5 months, and while it seems so far away, it does creep up on us. And so we always try to remind parents start to look at what your child is turning in, what they're doing, so there's no surprises at all. On Monday, January the 20th, MLK holiday, we have a community cleanup at Stonewall Tail Elementary School. We encourage anybody who wants to come, get community service hours, be a part of the community. Please come out. It starts at 10 and goes to 1. We also have a concurrent one happening at Renaissance Elementary School. Come out, help us beautify our grounds, and interact with the community. Thank you.
Great. Ms. Warren, I want to just put a bug in your ear or a reminder. The Sandtown Foundation has funds available for the schools if they could fill out a form for a grant for what they need. So just encourage the principals at the 3 schools to, if there is a need, consider applying for a grant from the foundation, because we do have funds.
Oh yeah, that's good for you to remind me. I'm gonna go when I get home. I'm gonna go on the website and send it to the principals, because they do a lot of PBIS stuff, which is Positive Behavior Intervention Store. And so kids who are doing the right things, they get like movie tickets, or they get books, or they just get things for just doing what they're supposed to do. And there's all kinds of other things they do. So I'll send it to them, because that every bit helps. So we are very appreciative of that.
Okay, great.
Thank
great.
you, guys.
Thank you. Harvey, Marilyn, Donald, do you all have anything?
I do not.
Just wanted to tell everybody, welcome back, 2005. We appreciate you all coming and taking an interest in the community. We appreciate our councilwomen who join us each week, and each one of you taking out the time to do so. As you know, our dues are $25 for an individual, $40 for a family, $50 for a homeowners association. And these dues go toward our calling post, go toward our internet, which is $22.95 per month, goes toward the Secretary of State so that we can register our organization. That's $30, and our post office box, which is $116 twice a year. And each year it looks like it goes up.
It does. The foundation.
I don't know if we all get in the mail like we ought to be getting, because my friend said she sent a card out on February the 2nd. The person got it on December the 8th.
Oh,
this year. Took 10 months, and they live less than 10 miles away from each other in the community. Okay, so anyway, just wanted to let you know that. And Ms. Hudson just sent us her payment. Want to tell you how much we appreciate it and how much we enjoyed being with the firemen back here in December, when we had people who came to give items so that we could give away to the children and people in the community who needed items. So that's all I have to say.
Well, thank you. Well, with that, are there any other comments from anybody else on the call? It is 7:24. We look like we will leave a little early. So are there any other comments from anyone else?
Well, I do want, this is Councilwoman Gomes. I do have some stats on the Slow Your Roll campaign. So I do want people to be aware that the first Slow Your Roll campaign was rolled out, I believe, Eden Road and Campbellton. And during that month, they issued about 1,700 citations, which is quite a bit. They also issued a few warrants and dinged a lot of people for distracted driving. This is also to help us with the Vision Zero plan that we are trying to get in place to slow people down in the city of South Fulton. So just want to let you know, and they will be starting back up the the program. So I've warned you all. I let y'all know. Y'all need to slow down. Okay. So don't nobody
I will.
call me and Councilwoman
Don't
Rollins.
call us about tickets. Don't call us.
So.
I'll let my household know about it.
Okay. All right.
So I have a question.
Go
This
ahead.
is Elma. So I know that on January 16th, we're going to hear about the, I guess, revised proposal for the development that's on Campbellton and New Hope Road that's proposed, the zoning modification. The plan that Brad Hughes is working on.
Yes.
And so, so my question is, they're having their meeting to discuss it on the 16th. Is it going to come back to the Sandtown Community Association to comment on or vote on, or what will be the next step after they make their presentation?
Technically, in terms of our process, it's not required, but as you know, Sandtown was on the call and will likely stay engaged. That's kind of what we've done historically. Depending on we'll have how many meetings we need to have to get to a point where people are comfortable before we recommend it goes back to the next step, which would be to the planning commission and then to the council.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, y'all, continue to enjoy the new year and to be safe. Slow your roll. And and we will see everybody in February. You all have a great evening.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
All righty.
Thank
Good
you all.
night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.